Hello, everyone. I am Stephanie of YouTube Tips and More. And before we jump into everything we're talking about today, let's get some stuff out the way. Tonight's sponsor is $5 Jewelry Paradise, and the consultant is Terry Donald. Now, I have her information linked down below. You can check out her web stores. She has a show that comes on the weekends, so you can look at her Facebook page for more information. Now, all that's down below, so I hope you check in and check out her store and peruse, as she says. Now, because of the holiday, I know I should have canceled the show, but I wanted to keep my word and keep it going. So tonight's topic, as you see, is thumbnails. So I'm not a professional by all means. I'm learning one day at a time, just like you guys are. So when I find something and I want to share with you, I try to bring it here and do it to the best of my abilities. Now, most of us are having trouble with our thumbnails and trying to get people to click on them. Now, I have 6 things to talk about tonight on thumbnails. Very basic, very simple. The first thing we want to talk about is make it clear and keep it simple. When you do your thumbnails, make sure your picture is clear and everyone can understand what your picture is, and keep it simple. Hey V, how you doing? Thank you, lady. And try to keep it simple. Make sure that your picture is very clear, because sometimes your pictures can be blurry and you want to make sure you take a clear picture and it's understandable. The next thing we want to talk about is trying to think about your thumbnail before you create your video. Now, I know that seems kind of confusing, or sometimes you think, what are you talking about? Well, you know what your topic is and you know what your video is going to be about. So you need to think about it before you start filming. Okay, for say I'm doing a tablescape and I want to do the perfect thumbnail for the tablescape. So I may take a picture of one place setting and have that be my thumbnail, so you know I'm doing a tablescape. Or I could know in my mind, all right, I want to make sure I take a full view shot of my table, and that would be my thumbnail. When you try to capture a picture off your video, sometimes it's not very clear. So it's best to try to take a photo. And what I try to do is, during my filming process, I use my phone. So during my filming process, I always click on the picture, the camera button to take pictures as I go along, and I choose from those pictures that I'm going to use for my thumbnail. I try to make sure they're clear, and I try to make sure if you see the thumbnail, you go, oh, she's doing a tablescape using, the yellow, or she's using a tablescape of blues, whatever it may be. I try to capture that picture so it'll be eye-catching, and everyone will want to come in to see what my video is about. All right, and the next thing we'll say is you got to make it intriguing, and it has to be enticing. And that's what I mean about if I take a picture of the full tablescape, it'll show everything that's on there, and you can see pretty much what I used. Now, for an example, I'm going to pull up one of my thumbnails. Let's see, where can I get it from? I should have had this ready, y'all. I didn't think about this until just now. Where is it? Where is it? I go here and I go. Please forgive me. I should have had this. I didn't think about this until I got ready to do this. And I do basic thumbnails. I've been playing with them over the years, trying to see which one would be best for me. Which one could I use that would draw the most attention? Okay, where is it? I want to use a particular thumbnail. which I recently did that got a lot of attention. Let me go down to the bottom. Let's see. Well, this is not doing me any good. It's not allowing me to see the picture that I want. It's taking too slow to upload it. Please forgive me, y'all. I'm trying to find that stupid thumbnail that I want to use as an example. I knew I should have had this ready. I knew I was forgetting something when I was setting up. And I just thought about pulling this thumbnail up now, which is kind of crazy, huh? Now, I know I used to do thumbnails that were solid screen, and they really didn't make any sense. At least I thought I was doing something creative, but it wasn't creative at all. It was not giving people reason to click on my pictures, on my videos rather. So what I started doing was doing a little research and looking at other YouTubers and looking at how they were doing their thumbnails. Some were doing them, with just a picture shot. Some were doing them with a half screen their picture, and half screen would be, their channel cover. So I'm telling you, I am not the best thumbnail person, but I do try to improve 1% each time I do a video. And that's something that I learned from Sean Kennel. Always try to improve 1% each time. So what I did was I tried to make my thumbnails more interesting. I've been really working on it, y'all, because I said that I should have better thumbnails than I do. And so okay, I think I'll use this one. Okay, I'm going to share the screen. Okay, this thumbnail here is clear. You know it's a tablescape, and grateful, it's fall, a fall tablescape. So everyone to know what type of tablescape you're doing. They can see what's mainly going to be in your video. They can assume, and they want to see more to see what the rest of your table looks like. Who's this? Yeah, when you screenshot it, it does come out kind of blurry. That's why I always try to, because I use my phone. When you're filming with your phone, if you look and you see on the video that it shows you that when you're filming, you can still hit that photo button. It always has a little photo on there. Click on the photo button to try to take a picture. I always try to do that now because it makes it a little better and my pictures are not blurry. Because I was trying to take them out the video and they weren't very clear, and they are not the best quality. I put it that way. They're not the best quality, and that's something I wanted to improve on. Um, you also wanted where when somebody sees a tablescape or a room you're doing, you want them to go, wow, let me see how she did that. Because everybody decorates a little different. And everybody's mind is a little different. So everybody learns different ways. So maybe you're doing something in your videos that they might say will work for them. Something they're doing, it might make it a little easier. Always try to pull them in with your thumbnail. You want them to be really excited about what they're seeing or curious enough to click on your video to look at it. Let's see. And you have to give them that reason. Like on that one picture I just showed you, they know it's fall and everybody's looking for a different way to decorate for fall. So when you put, like I had a fall tablescape, everybody's looking for something different because they want to do different from what they did the year before. So they want to switch it up a bit. And you might be using the same thing they're using, the same dishes or same napkins or whatever, but you switch it around a bit, and that'll give them the way on your picture to make them come and look at your video and see, what you did a little different. So thumbnails can be very interesting. Also, too, on thumbnails, don't overload your thumbnails with your title. Your title, whatever you put on your thumbnail, should not be the title down below. Try to make them two different things. Like up top, I had a fall tablescape, but down below, my title was something totally different. Always try to make them different. You don't want them to be the same. And then two, try to limit your words on your thumbnails to 3, maybe 4 words. And that's really pushing it with 4 words because you'll cover up a lot of your picture. Now, what I do now is I don't put any words on my picture. I'm trying that one with no words at all, just a picture. So thumbnails, they can be a little bit hard, but you keep with it and see what your people like. Try different ways to see what your audience likes, and then you can, pick out your thumbnails from there. Now, I'm going to give you the challenges for the month of May and June, and we'll be right back. Anna at the Grace Life DIY and Home Decor, and Courtney at Amethyst Adventures. On the 24th, we'll still be having that event in May. On the 24th, we have Wednesday's Cozy Corner and Tea Party with Grandma Sandy. Now, she said to upload your video anytime because of international channels. On the 24th, and it is hosted by Grandma Sandy. See her channel for more information. On the 25th, we have the book club with Wani at Wani's house and Melissa at Melissa Lawrence. On the 28th, we have Fit for Life, a Healthy Cooking by Anna at the Grace Life DIY and Home Decor. Also on the 28th, we have Sunday's YouTube Live with Penny, and our host is Penny at Penny's Lifestyle Living. Also on the 28th, we have What Would You Make? And it is hosted by OK at the Home DIY and Connie Creative Creations. They do this the fourth Sunday of every month. On the 28th, we have YouTube Tips and More show, and it's hosted by myself, Stephanie, at YouTube Tips and More, where I try to make YouTube a little easier for the beginner and the more seasoned creators. Also, on the 30th, we have 1 Hour of Power Declutter, and it's hosted by Jessica at Jessica My Rose. She does this the first Tuesday and the last Tuesday of the month. Also on the 30th, we have the Tablescape Tuesdays, and it is hosted by Anna at the Grace Life DIY and Home Decor and Courtney at Amethyst Adventures. On the 31st, we have the upcoming event for May. On the 31st, we have Wednesday's Cozy Corner and Tea Party, and it's hosted by Grandma Sandy. And that looks like that's all of our challenges for May and the last of April. So again, if you see anything on here that is wrong, the time, date, labs, and challenges come to your phone. June 1st, and it's titled Fairy Garden Thursday, and it's hosted by Grandma Sandy. On the 1st, we have J and M Book Club, and it's hosted by Wani at Wani's House and Melissa at Melissa Lawrence. Also on the 1st, we have the third Thursday Thrifty Flip, and it is hosted by Rustic Chicks Design, the Rusted Willow, and they will have a co-host. On the 2nd of June, we have Foodie Friday, and it's hosted by Small Town 6 and My Rose Nature. On the 2nd, we have Fun Time Friday. It is hosted by the Broke Girl Aesthetics. And the 2nd, we have the Dream Team Live. It's called Dishing with the Divas, and it is hosted by Wani, Kenya, Shalomi, Clarissa, Shakira, and Bree. On the 4th, we have the Quick and Easy Meals, and it is hosted by Anna at the Grace Life DIY and Home Decor. On the 4th, we have YouTube Tips and More, and it's hosted by myself, Stephanie, at YouTube Tips and More. On the 5th, we have the 5 Under $5 Challenge, and it's hosted by Crafty Cove DIY and the Farmhouse Charm Chicks. On the 6th, we have 1 Hour of Power. It is hosted by Jessica Myros. On the 6th, we have the Tablescape Tuesdays, and it is hosted by Anna at Grace Life DIY and Home Decor and Courtney at Amethyst Ventures. On the 7th, we have the Cozy Corner and Tea Party, and it is hosted by Grandma Sandy. On the 8th, we have the Fairy Garden Thursdays, and it's hosted by Grandma Sandy. On the 8th, we have the J and M Book Club, hosted by Wani at Wani's House and Melissa Lawrence. On the 8th, we have the third Thursday Thrift Flip, and it is hosted by the Rustic Chicks Design, the Rusted Willow, and they will have a co-host. On the 6th, Wani at Wani's House and Melissa Lawrence. Also on the 8th, we have third Thursday Thrifty Flips, and it is hosted by Rustic Chicks Design and the Rusted Willow, and they will have a co-host. On the 9th, we have the Dream Team Live, Dishing with the Divas, hosted by Wani, Kenya, Shalomi, Clarissa, Shakira, and Bree. On the 10th, we have the monthly Thrift Flip Road Trip, and it is hosted by Our Green Acres and the Crafting Cousins. On the 11th, we have the Quick and Easy Meals, and it is hosted by Anna at the Grace Life DIY and Home Decor. On the 11th, we have the Small Creator Sunday Under 5K Sub, It is hosted by the Broke Girl Aesthetics. On the 11th, we have YouTube Tips and More, and it is hosted by Stephanie at YouTube Tips and More. On the 11th, we have Sunday's YouTube Live with Penny, and it's hosted by Penny at Penny's Lifestyle Living. On the 13th, we have the Tablescape Tuesday, and it is hosted by Anna at the Grace Life DIY and Home Decor and Courtney at Amethyst Adventures. And on this Tablescape Tuesday, I will be their special co-host, Stephanie at creativelymsme, decorating on a budget. On the 14th, we have the Wednesday's Cozy Corner and Tea Party. It's hosted by Grandma Sandy. On the 15th, we have Fairy Garden Thursday, and it's hosted by Grandma Sandy. On the 15th, we have J&M Book Club, and it is hosted by Wani at Wani's House and Melissa at Melissa Lawrence. On the 15th, we have Third Thursday Thrift Flips, and it's hosted by Rusted Chick Design, the Rusted Willow, and they will have a co-host. On the 16th, we have Fresh Start, Clean and Declutter and Organize, and it is hosted by Small Town 6 and Jessica Myros. On the 16th, we have the Mini Challenge, and it is hosted by Crafted by Corey. On the 16th, we have the Dream Team Live, Dishing with the Divas, and it is hosted by Wani, Kenya, Shalomi, Florissa, Shakita, and Bree. On the 16th, we have Decorate a Space, and it is hosted by, they said their guest host is Design with Emma, and then the other hosts are the Grace Life DIY and Home Decor, Buckeye Girls Decor and Lifestyle, At Home with Lisa, DIY with Aurora, Sassoon's Glam Style, and Aria's Designs. On the 17th, Bloom with Grace. It is hosted by Moners Market and Crafting with Gilia. On the 17th, we have So You Think You Can Craft, and it's hosted by Melissa Makes It DIY. On the 17th, What Month Is It? And it is hosted by Happiness Created, and her co-host is Connie Creative Creations. On the 18th, we have Quick and Easy Meals. It is hosted by Anna at the Grace Life and DIY and Home Decor. On the 18th, we have Here's Your Crown, Women Supporting Women. And it is hosted by Connie Creative Creations and 6 Kids and the Glue Gun. On the 18th, we have YouTube Tips and More show, and it's hosted by myself, Stephanie, at YouTube Tips and More. On the 18th, we have Sunday's YouTube Live with Penny, and it's hosted by Penny at Penny's Lifestyle Living. On the 20th, we have the monthly grocery haul, and it's hosted by Small Town 6 and Jessica Myros. On the 20th, we have Tablescape Tuesday, and it is hosted by Anna at the Grace Life DIY and Home Decor and Courtney at Amethyst Adventures. On the 21st, we have Wednesday's Cozy Corner and Tea Party, and it is hosted by Grandma Sandy. On the 21st, we have the Grocery Monthly Haul, and it's hosted by Small Town 6 and My Rose Nature. On the 22nd, we have the Fairy Garden Thursday, and it's hosted by Grandma Sandy. On the 22nd, we have Summer Fireplace Decor Challenge 23, and it's hosted by myself, Stephanie, at creativelymsme, decorating on a budget, and Melissa at Buckeye Girls Lifestyle. On the 22nd, we have J&M Book Club, and it's hosted by Wani at Wani's House and Melissa at Melissa Lawrence. Also on the 22nd, We have Third Thursday's Thrift Flips, and it is hosted by Rustic Chick Designs, The Rusted Willow, and Robin's Nest. On the 23rd, we have the fourth Friday DIY Challenge, and it is hosted by Juju B's DIY and Our Gray House. On the 23rd, we have the Dream Team Live Dishing with the Divas. It's hosted by Wani, Kenya, Shalomi, Clarissa, Shakita, and Bree. On the 25th, we have Quick and Easy Meals, and it's hosted by Anna at the Grace Life DIY and Home Decor. On the 25th, we have What Would You Make, and it's hosted by OK at Home DIY, Connie Creative Creations, and then their guest host is Christy's Craft Life. On the 25th, we have YouTube Tips and More Show, and it's hosted by myself, Stephanie, at YouTube Tips and More. On the 25th, we have Sunday's YouTube Live with Penny, and it's hosted by Penny at Penny's Lifestyle Living. On the 27th, we have 1 Hour of Power, and it is hosted by Jessica at Jessica Myros. On the 27th, we have Tablescape Tuesday, and it is hosted by the Grace Life DIY and Home Decor and Courtney at Amethyst Adventures. On the 28th, we have Wednesday Cozy Corner and Tea Party, and it's hosted by Grandma Sandy. On the 29th, we have the Fairy Garden Thursdays, and it's hosted by Grandma Sandy. On the 29th, we have the J&M Book Club, and it's hosted by Wani at Wani's House and Melissa Lawrence. On the 29th, we have the third Thursday Thrift Flips, and it's hosted by Rustic Chicks Designs, Rusted Willow, and their co-host. On the 30th, we have Let's Go Through the Things We Love the Most and Share, and it's hosted by Jessica Myros. Also on the 30th, we have the Dream Team Live Dishing with the Divas, and it's hosted by Wani, Kenya, Shalomi, Clarissa, Shakita, and Bree. That is all our challenges for the month of June. If I have missed any or had the wrong information in some, please feel free to contact me at creativelymsme@gmail.com or on Instagram at creativelymsme, and I'll make those corrections. Okay, so those are the challenges that I have. If you are aware of any, please let me know, because I don't always catch all the posts that come up. I really try to keep up with them. I'm doing my best, juggling so many things. I'm really trying to keep that going. So if you have any other concerns about thumbnails or anything you want me to look up and do and show you how to do something, email me and let me know, and I'll be glad to help you to my best ability. Again, I'm not a professional. I just try to share what I learned. I try to improve, excuse me. I try to improve 1% every time I do a video. Now, today, I know everyone is pretty much getting ready for Memorial Day tomorrow. If you're barbecuing today or tomorrow, I know we're barbecuing tomorrow, and we're going to have a house load of people. So I am going to end the show now because I have to finish getting my downstairs ready for guests. Now, is there anyone that has any questions before I let this go? Now, I know we did the topic today on thumbnails. So if there's anything you want to know, ask, and I will do my best to help you. Again, I am Stephanie Stephanie of YouTube Tips and More, and also Creatively Miss Me Decorating on the Budget. So I will see you next week when I have a guest host, and you all be blessed. Oh, and I also want to thank my replay people, because my replay people always bring a girl home. And I love you all, and I'll see you next week.